Okay, cool. Have you got answers on there or just the questions? Because I'll read the questions to you.
Oh, yeah, it's just going through the questions.
Okay, yeah, you can. I was going to say you can put that away if you want, so I'll read them to you.
Okay, you can hold your mic. Yes.
Here. Is that all right?
Such a singer.
Huh? Don't you
You'll
dare.
be fine, Jenessa. You'll be absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a good video.
Have you turned on? Oh, it's on. Okay. Hey, so do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Jenessa. I work as a senior support worker in a mental health hospital for young people. And I'm also obviously involved in worship and just youth and young adults ministry here as well. So that's sort of a little bit about what I do.
So, dead or alive, who would you have a cup of tea with and why?
So I know people normally give like really interesting famous people answers. Mine might come across as a little bit boring, but it would be my great-grandfather actually. I've heard a lot of stories about him, didn't really get to spend much time with him as I sort of gotten older, but from the stories that I'd heard, he just had a really big influence on our family, and particularly my grandmother who sort of raised me. And he just had such good values, sounded like such good fun, used to sort of drive the bus and everyone to church every day, and he's just someone that I'd love to sit down, have a cup of tea with, have a few biscuits, and just spend time with him. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So what did you want to be when you were growing up?
Oh, I feel like this changed a lot. I wanted to be many things. I felt like I could have multiple big careers, which obviously is not realistic as you get older. But I think one thing I really wanted to be was I wanted to be a singer. I'd been singing since I was like 3. I'm pretty sure no one could shut me up. So I used to just love singing in church, singing anywhere. So I really wanted to do that as I've gotten older, which I guess I sort of do somewhat, but more through worship.
That's cool. And who inspires you?
So probably my biggest inspiration has come from my grandmother. She, just in who she was just such a strong woman. Just when you see people weather things and go through trials and go through difficult parts of life, she was just so strong and so steadfast. And she used to always say, like, "What are you worrying for? You don't need. Why worry about things that you can't control?" She was filled with just always opened her home up to people. Just had just a heart for people, just compassion for people. Filled us all with good food. Everyone loves that. But just in everything that she was, the character that she was, just how much she just loved people, and you never saw her panicking, or she was just so poised in who she was, and very humble, very down to earth. She taught me a lot, and I've always felt very, very privileged that I got to have such an amazing person to look up to, and to just go through a lot of my sort of life and growing up around. So she was a massive inspiration.
Cool. So what inspires you about Jesus?
What doesn't inspire you about Jesus? Just everything of who he is. He was human, but without sin, without blemish, and just everything that he does. He didn't meet people. He met people in their homes. It wasn't, we need to be in a certain building, in a particular place, in a particular location. Like, he met with people where they were and in their homes. It was never a case of you need to fix yourself. You need to look at yourself and make yourself perfect before you come before him. He meets you where you are. And the more you read into the gospel, the more you see that he just meets so many different people exactly where they are. And he meets them with open arms, and he meets them with compassion, and he comes with a heart of love for them and of transformation over your life. And for me, it's just such a testament to the world can be difficult, and the world can really try to tear us down and make us think we need to conform to be a certain way or to be a certain person. But actually, Jesus just comes and says, "I'm meeting you where you are, and I know you, And just that heart of compassion and that heart of meeting you just as you are, and having an open arm to you, arms open wide to you. Just that's what inspires me about Jesus. He doesn't look at the person that you have to be a certain way. He met with different people. He met with people of all different nations, of all different walks of life, and he met them all the same, and he met them all with just the same heart and compassion for them. So that inspires me massively, because that's how I want to meet with other people, and to just really get to know people for who they are, and to have that community and that family within the body of Christ and within our church.
So what lessons have you learned about choosing who inspires you, or what inspires you?
Yeah, so I think I gave relatively good answers for who's inspired me, but there's definitely, when you're growing up, you're like, especially I loved music, so I'd be like, yeah, I want to be like that lead singer, or I want to be like this. But you learn more that when you actually press into the person that you may think that inspires you, that you look up to, and you look at and you see their life, or you see certain examples of living that actually are probably not the best, or they're not giving you life. You're not being able to receive anything from that. That's good, and that bears fruit within your own life. You learn those lessons. You learn that actually it's very important about who you surround yourself with. It's important about who you have speak into your life and speak over your life, because people can speak life, but they can also speak death. And knowing that you've got people you can count on, people that, for me, also have a heart for Jesus, it's just so crucial, because you see that as you want to meet with other people, as you want to speak life into other people, that they're also speaking life into you. So I've definitely learnt some harder lessons through that, in terms of, pick the people around you carefully. Really look at the character of the person. When we decide to follow Jesus, we pursue who he is, we seek him, we seek more of him, his character, because we want to strive to be more like him. So with the people that I surround myself with, it's, do they have a heart for Jesus, and are they also wanting to seek him? And because it betters us, we grow together, we learn from each other. So yeah, that's